Welcome dear audience, students and scholars. Here I am Dr. Ramja, the leader scholars. In this video we are going to discuss a case study related to the monetary union in the United States and Europe. Dear scholars, if you have ever traveled from New York City to San Francisco, you may recall that you never needed to change your money from one form of currency to another. In all 50 US states, local residents are happy to accept the US dollar for the items you buy. Such a monetary union is the most extreme form of a fixed exchange rate. So, in every state, you have equal weightage of $1. So, if you made a similar travel in Europe during the 1990s. However, your experience was very different. You did not have to travel far before needing exchange rate of exchange of one currency to another currency. Like if you're leaving France and going to Germany, so you have to exchange francs into marks. So the large number of currencies in Europe made traveling less convenient and more expensive. Every time you crossed a border, you had to wait in line at a bank to get the local money, and you had to pay the bank a fee for the exchange services. But today, however, the situation in Europe is more like that in the United States. Many European countries have given up having their own currencies and have formed a monetary union that uses a common currency called euro. As a result, the exchange rate between France and Germany is no as fixed as the exchange rate between New York and California. Okay, while talking about the common currency, the introduction of the common currency has its cost. The most important is the nations of Europe are no longer able to conduct their own monetary policies. Instead, the European Central Bank, with the participation of all member countries, sets a single monetary policy for all of Europe. The central banks of the individual countries play a role similar to that of regional Federal Reserve banks. They monitor local conditions, but they have no control over the money supply or interest rates. Critics of the move towards a common currency argue that the cost of losing national monetary policy is large when a recession hits one country but not others in Europe. That country does not have the tool of monetary policy to combat the downturn. So this argument is one reason some European nations such as the United Kingdom have chosen not to give up their own currency in favor of Europe. Okay, here we have one of the main questions that why, according to the Euro critics, is monetary union is bad idea for Europe if it works so well in the United States. So these economists argue that the United States is different from Europe in two important ways. First, labor is more mobile among US states than among European countries. This is in part because the United States has a common language, and in part because most Americans are descended from immigrants who have shown a willingness as to move. Therefore, when a regional recession occurs, US workers are more likely to move from high unemployment states to low unemployment states. Second, the United States has a strong central government that can use fiscal policies such as the federal income tax to redistribute resources among regions. Because Europe does not have these two advantages, it bears a larger cost when it restricts itself to a single monetary policy. Okay, while talking about the common currency, advocates of a common currency believe that the loss of national monetary policy is more than the offset by other gains. With a single currency in all of Europe, travelers and businesses no longer need to worry about the exchange rate, and this encourages more international trade. In addition, a common currency may have the political advantage of making Europeans feel more connected to one another. The 20th century was marked by two world wars, both of which were sparked by the European discord. If a common currency makes the nations of Europe more harmonious, it benefits the entire world at the end. So this is all about the case study related to the monetary union in the United States and Europe. So see you with another video. Ciao.